Hello. Hello. Thanks for downloading or tuning into this video. What I want to show you today is as a result of a one-to-one call that I've just had with one of my high-end clients, and he asked me to show him my system in progress. So he had a point of reference to start building his own system. Now, the system that we use in the Construction Training Academy helps you deliver a project, a 10-step framework to delivering a project in order to make more profit from it. And we do that by following a very strict process to take us through the entire journey of that refurbishment project. And that starts with the very first viewing that we undertake, capturing the data from that viewing, and going all the way through that project, through programming, through writing your specification, through tendering the job, through procurement, through raising contracts, to finding and engaging with builders, then to delivering the physical work. And then we go into system building, procedures and templates, and then we go into compliance also. And all of that forms a framework. Now, a lot of people want to jump straight into the meat of how do I know what the build cost is? Now, before we get to the build cost, there are some real key critical things that we must get handled before we do that. And what I want to share with you is what I shared with my client earlier today. So I'm just going to share my screen with you. What you see on the screen now is my internal business system. So this is the system which our business operates with. It's just simply on, is that Google Drive or OneDrive? I forget which one it is. I think it's Google Drive. We come down into projects and development. So we're just going to pick on a project. And the one I want to show you is this is our latest project that I'm in the middle of planning, which is why I shared it with it. I'm in the middle of planning this right now. So I'm practicing what I preach, and I'm showing exactly what we do on a project. So this is a project in its early stages. We've viewed it, and that's it. And that's where we're at. And this is on a big project. This is absolutely critical. Big projects or little projects, in fact, this is critical for you to do. So we call this Church End Farm. And the first thing that I want to show you is the first thing that I must do. The first thing I must do is the viewing. We've got to know what it is that needs to happen on that project. So I've prepared this earlier. So in fact, no, I'll just go in, it's easier. So we're going to go into, I need to show you what we do first. So the first thing that we do is a program of works. What is a program of works? A program of works is a list of tasks and a duration assigned to each task, giving you an overarching overall duration. So when I said on that viewing, we're going to capture the list of tasks that need to be done, that's what's down on the left-hand side here, what you see on the left-hand side. I'm just going to zoom in just so you can see this. So down this left-hand side, you can see all of the tasks involved in this particular project. All of those tasks are all listed and then put into an order of sequence. Now, what the best analogy I can come up with when we do this program is, until you've got a program of works, all you have is a jigsaw. You have all the jigsaw pieces inside of your head, but until they're out of your head, you can't put the jigsaw together. It's also a little bit like knowing all the letters of the alphabet, but you don't know the alphabet. So we know all of the elemental pieces of work. We all know all the letters that are contained within the alphabet, but we don't know what the structure of the alphabet is. We don't know what the A, B, C, D. We don't know they all come in order. We just know what the letters are. And that's very similar to programming as well. Once we've got each line, let's pick a line, any line, just so I can show you. First fixed joinery there, look. I'm going to scroll across. We've given 5 days there during that week. And you can see the green lines are showing progression. So once we have that program, we're going to establish an overall period, an overall time period for the project. Now, this is critical for me to understand my costs laterally. So I can see it, this particular project, you can't see it on this slide, is 44 weeks long. Now, a 44-week project is going to cost a certain amount of money. Now, if that 44-week project, the same project on the same property takes 88 weeks, my build cost in this example would be 60 grand more if it took, just because it took longer for the same pieces of work. So we have to get grip of, we have to understand the period first and foremost. Now, once we've established what the period is, we're then going to go into our specification. Again, I've already, no, I'll go back into it and show you. So we've got a program of works where all of our tasks were listed. All of those tasks that have been listed now need to be what I call bought. We now need to go out to the market and find people to do each of those tasks. Now, as I said to you, this project is only just started. I'm just putting this together now. So just going to show you this briefly. It's just one of the specifications for one of the tasks that have to happen in this project at large. So I'm going to go out to roofing contractors with a specification, with drawings. So this roofer, I can go to the market and I know that I'm going to get comparative quotes that are based upon something. So all of the roofers I approach will get this same document. They know what I want them to do and how they want them to do it. And they know how long they have to do it in. That will give them a steer on how much resource they need. They've got lots of drawings and they're going to have photographs also to be able to look at this from a desktop perspective, to be able to start looking at this thing for me. What must happen next is this specification would then be sent out to what we call our tendering exercise. So I'm going to have a set of drawings. I'm going to have a program of works, and I'm going to have a set of photographs, which I can now send out to some potential suppliers. What I mean by that is some potential roofers, some people that could do that work for me. So I'm going to go back into here and I'll show what we do next. So we go into here, and in here now, I now have packages. So I've got the roofing packages, you can see there. I'm just going to highlight roofing because we've got this one together. So those 4 roofing contractors there, we're now going to speak to them. Are you interested in doing this work? Overarching phone call. Interested in doing this work? Blah, there you go. What's your email address? Okay, this guy was too busy, didn't want to know. Still got his number for future though. This guy, no answer. Still got his number for future though if I want to follow it up laterally. I've got 2 email addresses that came back here, 2 phone numbers, and when I sent the inquiry. I haven't filled that in yet because I've literally only just done it. Notice required to start the works. This is how much notice they need, how much lead time that they need. I'm going to follow the process through by asking, have they sent a response? Has that response been received? What questions did they have? Can we respond to those questions? Has the price come back? Did we negotiate that price? Did the price get reduced? When's the pre-start meeting? Did we appoint that contractor? Did we approve that contractor? Who placed the order? And when is the start date going to be? Now that, for me, is I'm just now waiting for data to come back. I need to do that for every trade, for every task on that program of works. Every task on that program now gets listed into that procurement schedule. We'll then go out to the market and try and buy that work based on a set of drawings, some photographs, a plan, any engineers' reports, exit strategy, budget, all of them things all go in to form that pack I'm now going to send out. And what it means is that when them quotes and prices come back, that they're all comparable because they've all priced up the same thing based on the same information in the same period of time. And that's really the cornerstone of getting it to that stage. From that stage in the training, what we do is move from there and we move into contracting, into appointing. So we've done the procurement, we've done the tendering exercise, we've got it all back, got the information back for each and individual trade, plotting that program through. And then we're going to take all of that information and we're going to take it to contract. So we're then going to agree with whoever we select based on whatever criteria it is that we're using to make that selection, might not always be price. And we're going to go forwards, enter into contract, and then execute the project, put the boots on the ground and execute the project based on what we've just established in the plan. So the boots on the ground will then grab the program, he'll grab the spec, he'll grab the prices and all of that, and he'll manage those 3 things through using our own internal business process and procedures again, in order to make sure that that happens. And I'm a happy client, business owner at the end of the project. So that's it really in a nutshell. I appreciate that was only like a 10-minute little briefing of how we do things. I hope that's given you a bit of an insight into how the training and how the procedures and how the processes work. Any questions about any of this, do drop me an email at info@constructiontrainingacademy.com. That's info@constructiontrainingacademy.com. If you're watching this video on social media, just drop me a comment underneath and one of the team will get back to you. If you're watching this on YouTube, again, drop it into the comments and we'll also get back to you. I hope that's helped and give you a bit of an insight into how we do things around here. Have an amazing day, an amazing week, an amazing year, depending on whenever you watch this, and we'll speak soon.